Okay, so the other night in blog number 49, I think it was, we showed you some very cool headlights that we got from musclerods.com. And they're pretty neat because they use these 9007 headlight bulbs. Well, part of that kit is a headlight relay system from American Auto Wire. And the relay kit is sitting right here. It comes with two relays for the high beams and the low beams, a whole bunch of wire and a whole bunch of connectors. But the first thing you got to ask is, why do you want to run relays on the headlights? And the reason for it is the headlights, especially when you upgrade them to these higher wattage pieces, they take a lot of power. And this particular system is going to run all four low beams and all four high beams at the same time. So rather than try and run all that extra energy through the stock wiring, you now use your original headlight wires just as a trigger to turn the relay on. You see this big heavy wire here. The relay does exactly what it says. It's a relay. It takes this incoming 12 volts when you turn the headlights on into one wire, and then it switches inside to take higher current right from the battery. So it eliminates high current going through small wires. Basically, that's how it works. So to put this thing together, what you do is you mount the relays on the firewall, and then you run new wires to all the headlights. And there's something kind of interesting here. This is the set of connectors that they give you, and over here is the kind of the breakdown, the schematic here. These kind of all look similar, but there are situations where you run one wire to a connector and then run two wires from the connector to the next headlight and tie them together. These are all very different. You can see this one here, it's kind of a double wide. That's for putting two wires in, and this one over here is a narrow one for putting a single wire. The American Auto Wire relay kit is pretty good about describing the different connectors and then the schematic for the relays and the instructions. And on the other side, it's got a picture with colors, which makes everything easier. And the guys at Muscle Rods kind of added a few notes here for us so that we could, even we can get them together. So our next step is to mount the relays, run the wires, and then what we'll have is headlights that don't dim when the engine RPM decreases. They'll always have full power, and we won't be taxing the regular headlight wires. Okay, so if you look down here inside the fender, this is where we mounted the relays, and there's kind of a spaghetti mess of wires here, but I'll explain all that. This is factory, this is the horn relay. This over here is the voltage regulator hidden back there. And what we did is we ran the wires from the relay and put them in this headlight connector. And this is supplied, like I showed you before, those little connectors and this plastic piece are all supplied by Muscle Rods in this kit. So all you have to do is trim the wires, crimp on the supplied connectors, plug them into this little harness, and now this will plug into the headlights, and like this one here. Bing, and you're done. The rest of this mess, this green tape, is I used to measure out the rest of the wires, because this has to go to both the low beam and the high beam here, and then it's going to come across, follow the factory harness, the new one actually, and end up over here at this other light, and the red is going to go to the battery. And one thing about this whole harness tucks up under here and you don't really see it, but I hate having wires hanging out doing nothing. So what we're going to do is, for this part of the harness, we're going to bury it inside this, which is called Tech Flex. This is a flexible nylon high temperature wire loom. I think it's techflex.com, but we'll put the link on our site so you can find it. This stuff's really cool because, and check this out, it's like when a snake eats a pig, you know, you push it together and it expands, right? And then that's how you slide this over your wires, and then you can pull it tight, and it's like a, you know, like a finger trap. And we'll put this over this whole part of the harness so it'll all look nice and clean, and you won't see any of it. And then you can just cut the little holes wherever there's a tab like this one, and that tab will stick back into the core support, and you'll be in business. And then you'll have high-powered headlights all the time.